Hi and welcome to episode 10, the final episode of my 10-part second Sunday skate session series where I've been practicing the tricks of Braille's Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 1 just to see if I can either improve or learn the tricks in that series, which include the ollie, frontside ollie, backside 180 ollie, pop shove it, frontside pop shove it, heel flip and kick flip. And every second Sunday I record my progress after trying to get as much practice throughout the week. Now, this being the last episode, I may do things a little bit differently. My thought was that I would take my best efforts from episode 10 session and compare them with where I was at episode 1, so that we can sort of get that direct side-by-side comparison and see if I've improved. Today is a pretty windy day, and I'm not a fan of skating on windy days, so that may affect my skating in this particular episode, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'll still get sort of my best performance in out of all 10 episodes to date. And now I'm going to stop rambling and get straight into this fortnight's session. Alright, so we just get started with a few ollies, stationary and moving. As you know, if you've watched before, this is on a bit of a slope here, so doing the stationary ones might be a bit difficult, but we'll see how we go. I'm aware these are really bad. Alright, do some moving. I'm going to leave that there because when I'm thinking too hard about doing ollies, trying to get them just right, I always seem to do bad ones. So we're just going to move on to frontside 180 ollies. And I don't expect these to be particularly great, but hopefully they look better than episode 1. I don't usually do these stationary, but kind of haven't really warmed up much, so I thought it might help. I think that's going to be it for 180 ollies. Let's move on to backside 180 ollies. These I'm going to start standing still just to try and get that 180 rotation working, and then we'll do some moving ones. So backside 180. Alright, moving. I don't think it's going to get much better than that, so I'll move on to pop shove it. So try these stationary first. More of a shove it, but I'll take it. I'm not actually fussed as to whether it's popped or not. I'm just glad I can do shove it. Oh, that'll do. I'll do some moving ones. Good. Being on a hill here is getting in my head a little bit. If I get even just a fraction too fast, it's freaking me out. No, I think that's as good as it's going to get. I'm going to move on to frontside pop shove-its. Probably not going to spend too long on these. I have got close to landing these in previous episodes, but given this ground is on a bit of a slope, that's going to probably affect my attempts. So I don't expect to even get close to landing these, but who knows, I might surprise myself. Start with some stationary ones. No, I'm going to try some moving. I'm going to leave that one there, probably about as close as I'm going to get, and move on to heel flips. So as usual, start stationary. I don't particularly expect to land these, but see how we go. I'll try some moving, and just in case you're ever interested, I do the moving ones because everyone always says kick flips and heel flips are always easier moving, and I think they're full of shit, but trying it anyway. I'm going to leave that there, or I'll kill myself and move on to kickflips. Check this out. Heel flips just mashed up my shoelace. You know the drill. Stationary ones first, and then move. Deliberately just trying to get my front foot on, not worried about the back at the moment. Alright, I'm just going to go try some moving and then call it a day. I think with these moving ones I'm just flicking straight down. It's not really what I want. I'm flicking forward. And I know I'm flicking straight down when my foot ends up over here. No, I'm going to leave that there. As I said, I don't reckon anyone who's ever learned a kickflip learned their first one moving. And if they did, it was probably a fluke. So, that's episode 10. So there we go, that was episode 10 of my second Sunday skate sessions. By this point you would have hopefully seen comparisons with this particular session and episode 1. And as I'm recording this, I don't know whether it's going to show significant improvement or just some improvement. I'm certainly hoping it's significant, but there you go. I do think over the 10 episodes I have actually improved, and I did actually learn one trick that I've never done before, which is the pop shove it, or maybe it's just the shove it because I don't seem to pop it all that much, but semantics for me. I'm just happy to be able to do a shove it, which is a trick that I never learned even back in the 90s, so it's a win for me. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer here at the end, other than to say I will be doing another 10-part series that continues on from this. It will be with different tricks, and I'm contemplating perhaps getting my board slider out of the shed and working on getting that sliding, and we'll do a series on learning slides and possibly grinds as well, just for mixing it up and doing something a bit different from just basic flat ground tricks. So I'm not sure if I'll do that completely straight into the next lot of second Sundays, or maybe give it a bit of a break while we get through a couple of weeks or maybe a month of winter and then start in spring. But obviously you'll see what happens when that comes online. So I'll leave it there. I hope you've got something out of this if you have been watching along, and for me I feel it's been worthwhile, and I can at least document or have documented some of my progression. So I'll leave it there. Till next time, bye for now.